Right, where I left off. Now it's all-out war with America and Great Britain. The British have won some battles. The Americans have won some battles. But Great Britain is still the ultimate fighting force in the world at that time. And the Americans need help. And there's one country that can supply that help. It's France. Right, but it's not that easy for the colonist, for the Continental Army. Because France won't help the colonies, the new country, unless they thought it could survive. So, America really needs a win here. So, in 1777, in 1777, General Horatio Gates attacked Burgoyne. Patriot General Horatio Gates attacked British General Burgoyne and defeated, and Burgoyne surrendered his army over to the Patriots, and the Patriots won the Battle of Saratoga, which is also known as the Turning Point. So that turned the tide of the fighting for the Patriots, gave them a little extra morale boost. Oh, and by this time, guys, the British have taken Philadelphia. Right, now, Valley Forge. Valley Forge was the Patriots' winter quarters, and things were not that great there. Over 2,500 men died from disease that whole winter. And they didn't have any... Well, they had food, but it wasn't the best food. And they didn't have clothes either. They wore shirts for shoes, wrapped them around their feet, and they ate something called fire cake. And that's a mix of flour and water. Some men even left. At the end of the winter of... I can't think. At the end of the winter of 1777... Well, before Christmas of 1777... Or was it during Christmas? It was around this time period, guys. That General Washington decided to cross the Delaware. Right. So they took over 9... So General Washington moves his army across the Delaware. And captured over 900 German mercenary prisoners. Caught them completely by surprise. And what's great about this is, at that time, nobody would have suspected an attack coming from the iced river and in that freezing condition. Right now, these battles have convinced the French to help America. So France sent them money, soldiers, weapons, and gunpowder. And they loaned them some ships. The French Navy fought the British Navy because America had about 5 ships. That was their whole navy at that time. And yeah, America's losing more battles. But they win a few. Like, okay. The summer of 1778. Or late 1770. In late 1778, the British came up with a plan to take the southern colonies, because they thought if they could take the southern colonies, they would be able to split the Continental Army and just wipe them out. Right, so they start fighting in the southern colonies, and they do pretty good. They get British loyalist. A loyalist at that time was someone who was an American colonist that was loyal to Great Britain. Loyalist militias actually helped fight the Patriots actually helped the British Army fight the Patriots. So, General Nathaniel Greene, a Patriot general, commander of the Continental Army in the South, they began using a type of warfare where they knew they could defeat Great Britain. Hit-and-run tactics. They would use boats, hide behind trees and rocks, and just shoot a couple times, and then run. A hit-and-run tactic. In 1781, British hopes of controlling the southern colonies were gone. So they kind of abandoned the southern colonies. Right. This is it, guys. We're almost at the end of the war. It's this last major battle. So General Cornwallis, the head commander of the British Army, decided to take Virginia. I don't really know why. But, wait, yeah, I do know why. Because if they controlled Virginia, it would wedge the northern and southern colonies, cutting them off. He arrived in Virginia in about spring 1781 in command of 7,200 men. Right, so General Washington, being the patient man he is, decides to wait and trap the British at Yorktown, the last major battle of the Revolution. Right, so the French and the Americans surround Yorktown. And Cornwallis wants to escape by water, but there's a little problem with that. The French Navy has arrived. And the French Navy just blasts the British to bits from the sea, while the Americans and the French infantry attack by land. And it was just too much for Cornwallis. So he surrenders. Right now, alright, that's the end of the revolution, major revolution. I'll make a video next about the new country.